trying to get a gauge on this carrot weight. So 10 smaller size carrots are almost a pound. When I add the tops on, it's a 1.11 pounds. So that means the tops are about 0.2 ounces. So then I came out here again to get a couple more bunches of carrots, and I thought, hey, why don't I see if my cucumbers are ready? There's a one. And oh my goodness, there's a one, and there's a one. How many more? There's a one. Okie dokie, I grabbed 4. Okay, remember how last week I discovered caterpillars in my lettuce beds? And I was like, the birds aren't in here. They're not helping me out with the caterpillars. Oh, there's my dragonfly friend too. So here's some juncos in my lettuce beds, eating caterpillars. So the loose leaf baby romaine mix that I seeded a number of weeks ago might be ready in a couple weeks. A couple weeks ago, I seeded some spinach. That germinated last week. And last week I actually seeded some baby romaine mix back there, and it's not quite up yet. Leeks, green onions, garlic, parsley. I'm gonna be harvesting from this patch of green onions for the first time this week. I think garlic is ready to harvest. Shall we pull a plant? Oh, let's see. Yeah, I kind of like to get these out of the ground after there's been a few sunny days. And carrots. I'm gonna be harvesting out of these beds for the first time for customers. Some of these are big enough. This is a small variety carrot. It's either the Maria or the Yaya. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some of these and sell them. And again, this is spinach that I seeded a couple weeks back, germinated last week, and baby romaine mix that I seeded last week, not quite up yet. These are my starts: kale and lettuce. This lettuce I really need to go ahead and try and plant, I think, in the greenhouse. And this kale is gonna go out there interplanted with the baby romaine mix in this bed over here, I think. So yeah, I gotta do that sometime this week. Dudes, so life's been a little bit too crazy. A few weeks back, when I was harvesting my caterpillar infested spinach over here, I felt like, you know, I was getting kind of congested and wondered if it was allergies or if I was catching a cold. I've kind of got a stuffy head. Is that allergies? Or am I coming down with a cold? Well, I ended up catching a cold, and I just spent the whole weekend, you know, after selling, kind of like, and it's taken me a while to get better. I'm still kind of congested. Okay, so I just pulled out 30 garlic. Oakley dokley folklies. So what I'm gonna do is, I should probably just hack all their necks off first, shouldn't I? Let's see what happens. Yeah, I guess that's what it's gonna be. And I guess what I want to do is chop their little roots off like that. And then I just want to peel back a few layers, right? There we go. I'm thinking about selling, you know, bunches, about, you know, 3 bulbs, I think is about 8 ounces. And then also having kind of a bulk 4 pounds. The 3-pack is actually a little over 9 ounces, whereas we're trying to shoot for 8. but I don't know. That's probably about right. 20 bulbs gives me about 4 pounds. It's a little much for this bag. I had kind of like some small paper bags to stash these in. Should I get the rest of this bed tonight? 30 more, 30 more, 30 more. Maybe this is our last trip for the night.
For the first time, we had the ability to switch frequencies rapidly. Now that I know who invented frequency hopping.
Okay, so these stems are 1/2 ounce. The bulb by itself is about 4 ounces. A little over 4 pounds, 22 garlics, and each of these bunches has 3 garlics, and instead of weighing about 8 ounces, they're coming more closely to about 10 ounces. Yesterday I got about half of a 40-foot bed of garlic harvested. It's probably gonna end up being 1 bed for selling, 1 bed for us, and 1 bed for seed garlic. I'm gonna be harvesting a number of other things today. Hopefully I didn't overpromise, as people are putting their orders in today. First up will be carrots, which will be first harvest of the season. These 4 beds of carrots are all Yaya variety, except for this 1 bed here, which is mostly Merita. And I also threw in some Yaya because I ran out of seed. And this is going to remain in place through the winter, just for harvesting for personal use. So I'm going to grab the biggest carrots from these 3 beds. I'd like to actually harvest this bed of carrots that's full of clover, but there's some that are small in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the 3 beds and get the biggest ones. I've got 20 bunches of carrots here. I realized that I have a lot more carrots out here than I have orders, so I think I'm gonna go on Facebook and put it out there that I've got carrots and garlic. Okay, next up, green onions, and then I'm going to run up and prep carrots and green onions. How many onion sets do I even have here? What is 33 times 4? Oakley dokley, I just pulled a few from the back there, and I've got 12 bunches. I thought I'd only be able to get 5 bunches of parsley out of those 2 40-foot rows, but I got 7. It's cooled down enough. I'm getting my basil. I've got 10 3-ounce bags and enough, I think. Hopefully I can get some for my restaurant. I've got some caterpillar damage going on in here, so I have got to come out tonight and see if I've got some spotted cutworm popping up at night. I need to get probably a bunch or more, and so I can always nip into these if I need to. These are almost getting big enough to pick. I picked these guys pretty hard. Yeah. Lots of leaf taken off these fellows. But I got my 2 6-ounce bags for the restaurant. I wasn't going to get the kale and chard and collards until tomorrow, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do it because I have room in the fridge. And then I'm going to need to get more carrots and some more green onions because I had more orders come in. But I'll do that later because I can wash them with the lights on. 4 chard, 4 collards, 10 kale. Last week I harvested from this bed over here for kale. So I'm gonna start working in here. Dudes, I need to get in here and freeze some for me. I've got lots of kale. Okay, so I've got all the chard, collards, kale that I need. Plus an extra couple of kale. And I got more orders for carrots. So I made myself a little listy list. So I thought I'd get some extras. I've got, it says 6 green onions. I got 8 green onions, I think. And 9 carrots. I got 10 bunches of carrots, just to make sure I had enough. And I got all the carrots out of this 1 bed right here. This 1 bed right here. So I know that my videos are just about counting, counting all my vegetables, but literally that's how I keep track of everything. So, okay, so I think I've got a total of 32 carrot bunches, you know, in total, and 19 green onion bunches, I think. I have 20 green onions.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20.
Slug in the basil. Baby and mom are down here. I haven't seen them in 100 years. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. It's been pretty warm, huh? Baby deer's trying to nurse still. Oh, you're too big for that, buddy. 10 more minutes and I'm open for business. Well, folks, I'm done. Okay, so I'm up here in the boat shed. I was half thinking I could put the garlic in the house. So I started setting up in the house. I'm like, no way. So I've just got some nails, some staples, and a couple of, what are these? 1x2s or whatever. And I think I've got calculated that I've got enough to get a whole bed into this one here and another bed in this one here, but I'm gonna see if it works out first. I think I need to staple these guys to these guys. Yeah, there you go, folks. Makeshift garlic dryer thingamajig. Okay, dudes, so it's supposed to maybe rain tomorrow, so I want to get all of this garlic out today. I'm going to start with the 2 beds that are going to be for seed and for personal use, because I'm not going to peel back the things. I'm going to just set them up to dry. And then I'm going to get that rest of that half bed that I'm going to sell, right? Something like that. So these 2 beds here were planted with Georgian crystal, and this one bed was Georgian fire. So I'm going to try and keep them separate so I know what I've got. I'm going to start with the Georgian fire first. Georgian fire, 25, another 25, another 25.
25, 25, 25, another 25, 25, another 25.
Alrighty, so I've just got a few at the end there. There's some that grew together like this, and I don't know if it's like, you know, there's one clove that was actually like 3 cloves stuck together, or if maybe, you know, I had some volunteer garlic come up along with this. So I'm gonna pull these guys up separately and separate them just in case they're like a different variety than what I've got here. But yeah, these guys at the end is all I've got. I've got 8 of the funky chicken bunched up, maybe Georgian fire, garlic, and the last batch of 10 Georgian fire, and looky here, folks. We have a clear bed. Well, dudes, this is not making me happy. It's sprinkling. So I hope it's just a little tiny shower and it'll stop. I might want to just grab these out of here and just pull them all up under cover. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, here I go. Okay, so next up, Georgian crystal. And I already picked 4 for the kiddos yesterday. Alrighty, I have 9 piles of 25. That's 225 plus about 15 funky chicken ones from that bed. There we are, folks. 2 beds cleared. Half to go. Half Georgian crystal. Okay, I've got the rest of that half bed of Georgian crystal. I've got 4 bunches of 25. That's 100 plus a 19. And I got a few more funky chicken fellers out there that I need to grab. Okay, so I've got the 7 funky chicken ones from that bed. Ooh, let's go take a look. A number of weeks ago, I seeded some clover underneath the garlic, and that's up, and that worked out. It survived the garlic getting pulled out. I've got a row of parsley in this bed, and also in this bed. And now they've got more light. Let's go over here. Starting to come up. And I also seeded baby romaine mix in this half bed back here, 20 feet. And it's starting to come up too. Hello. Okay, so I've got all of the Georgian fire on this, and it's kind of sagging a little bit, but it seems to be holding things okay. The ones that were too small, I just kind of put along the edges because these gaps are kind of too big for those. Oh my gosh, I'm so dirty. I was afraid that the dew might get to the garlic down here, so little white truck's gonna move him up to the boat shed. Okay, so I set up this second rack. This is the full bed of Georgian crystal, and this is the half bed of Georgian crystal that I'm going to clean up and get ready to sell next week. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to clean the garlic that's on the rack the same way that I'm doing the stuff that I'm selling. But anyway, I got this part of the job done, and next week I'll talk about how I'm actually gonna cure my garlic. I'll talk to you guys then. 4 more cucumbers. First raspberries ever from the raspberry patch.